what do we need to do with this one? All good?
Yes, hope you guys had an excellent week. And maybe you worked on a build or something, or maybe played a video game or something like that. I'm not too sure. But whatever it was, hope you had a good one. You know, happy RC had a good one with Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yes.
All right, so she's all go. She's all go, as they say.
All right. Okay. Mr. Zink's joined. Oh, cheers, man. Turkey and mashed potatoes and juice coma. Very cool.
Nice.
Yes, very cool. And if you're just tuning in, we're in the workshop. And it's actually quite sunny outside, but we thought we'll go back into the workshop and do a bit more on this plane launcher, FPV wing plane launcher. If you're not too sure what an FPV is, it means first person view. It's a type of, you can wear goggles or maybe look at a screen and you can be inside the cockpit of the plane.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, or if you didn't have to be using FPV, you could just be sending it.
That's right. Yes, you can put something like an aircraft or basically some
Sensors.
can either go, basically has a really terrible low end.
Mm. Oh, this particular plane, yes. Oh, yes. I'll bring it up. There you go. Shut the plane off.
Okay, so this is our Achilles heel, this guy. So he is a custom build that we've done originally. As you can tell, it's based on the, was it Kapari too? So originally that's what it was, and then we've customized it extensively. But he has a troublesome to take off, to say the least. So yeah, so he's running autopilot, and it's got lots of extensions and modifications, like we've done 3D prints and things to beef him up. And it's got an FPV camera, so you can turn and tilt and look down, all the good stuff. And yep, he can fly himself autonomously.
We have tested that.
And we have tested on the channel, so you remember to go back and check that all out. But his Achilles heel is that he struggles to get into the air. So we need the launcher to work at optimum. So we've used the launcher extensively quite a bit before on the, we'll call it the Mark 1 version, which sort of effectively from behind like this and pushed it up and give it a big, basically a big throw.
You can't hand launch it,
you can't hand launch it. I mean,
we've tried.
We've tried many times, but it's not to be so.
Not to be.
So we're going more with a sort of a traditional method plus
an updated version. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, it's a bit muffled on me. It's probably just a bit far away. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully you can hear me. Yeah. So yeah. So the idea is. Hopefully you can hear me better bit now. Anyway, yeah, so the idea being now, what will happen is you attach onto the hook, just like they do on the traditional aircraft, but he'll be loaded on the launcher, like so, and then he'll have a little cradle and a release mechanism. It's good now, good stuff. So there you go. That's the idea, and we have to make that a reality. And Mr. Zeke says, bungee launching is the only way to lodge over the head launch. You're taking the biggest chance that thing's not going to ever hit you in the face. That's right, it's a bit smarter, isn't it?
Intelligence. Yes.
But yes. No, we have tried throwing it in different forms. Like you were saying, the throwing over your head is intense.
To say the least.
To say the least, but it just effectively went up into the air and then barreled itself into the ground. So
that didn't work.
That didn't work. And we've tried throwing it from the wing, like kind of like a frisbee or batarang, I guess you'd say, possibly.
If you're a fan of Batman.
If you're a fan of Batman, but not to...
Or boomerang?
Yeah. Boomerang, yeah. But not to be, still didn't get quite enough air. So it's catapult time, basically, right?
Catapult time. We have got successful launches out of the catapult. But not this. But not when it's like super.
Thanks very much for joining it.
Yeah, not when it's like super no wind. If there's no wind, it doesn't take off. So we're trying to fix that by making beefing up this launcher, making it the Mark Mark.
The mark.
Mark of the mark. Yeah.
Okay, so how we at? We'll check that length there as you cut them.
Oh yeah, sure.
You don't want to overcommit, right? Otherwise we'll have a problem. Okay, so you're going to bring that down here. Okay, so here's the cradle that we're talking about.
Okay.
So the idea of that one is to keep it, because what was happening when we were testing it out behind the scenes is when you connected the hook to it and then pulled it up, what was happening is that the plane was hooking itself like that.
Oh yeah.
Big massive hook, which of course would be terrible on release. So we went with the cradle option. So effectively it's just there for a guide, and what will happen in theory is he'll go off the launcher, get pulled off the launcher, that will drop away, and then
away we go.
Away we go. That's the
plan.
That's the plan, Sam.
There you go.
Okay, so what do you got?
I'll just tying this to that.
Okay, cool.
The shock and the.
I guess you can extend that and retract it depending on what you need, right?
Yeah. I'll just keep cutting that. Yeah. But yeah, so far I've already got one in, so yeah, theoretically.
Nice. It's good stuff. But yeah, so it does look the part when it's sitting there in the launcher, in the cradle, as it were. There you go. Australia, New Zealand. Got to live somewhere.
Oh, it's a pretty good place.
Yeah, it's a pretty good place. Australia's pretty cool too.
Yeah, good people in Australia. Especially the ones in Melbourne we met once.
Yeah, we only have the one story.
On our travelling truck.
Yeah, a one travelling story.
APRC says your launcher will save your fingers and your hands. Very interested in keeping those.
Yeah.
Very interested.
Very interested in that. But yeah, so we've got some more testing to do with this guy, but hopefully we'll do it on live stream.
Oh, we will.
We will, I think. We'll save it for live stream so you can join in on the action.
Then you can join in, yeah. That's cool. Okay, so that's one rope done.
Okay, so let's try that to the side. So that's what Harry's been doing in the background. We've got the little cable here, like that. There we go. And as you go down, so that's the shock release that's attaching to the aircraft. And then obviously the braided cord for, I don't know, to pull it, to yank it.
That's the one, yeah. It's a funny sound.
What's this? I think the battery and the smoke alarm. All good?
Was that in the other room?
Okay.
I'll just have a quick look up.
Yeah, I think the battery on the smoke alarm's gone. That's what that beeping noise is. Harry's going to go and check it out. So anyway, yeah, so there you go. So what's going to happen is this will be connected to the bungee cord, which obviously goes pinned into the ground about maybe 10 meters away, something give or take about that. And then what will happen is as it's released, it'll go there, come back around to this mechanism, and go back to the release mechanism, which is that black one down the bottom there. And then as it's fired, engaged from that one, it'll pull it up like that. The aircraft will shoot along here, cradle will release, and then the aircraft will be in there. Okay, there? Okay. I think we've just got to change the batteries on the smoke alarms. Not to worry. Alright. There's always something going on in live stream, man.
Oh no, that's okay. You just pulled it out.
You got any comments in there?
What Mr. Six says? What's on the cradle that keeps it in the middle?
Cradle that keeps it in the middle.
You mean this part?
You could cut to that camera, maybe.
I can shoot and cut to that camera? Yeah,
Yeah. I'll bring it over. Maybe move it out of the way here and I'll spin it around so you can see. I'll spin it around. So
oh yeah, sure. I'll spin it around.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That might give you a better idea. Maybe cut to that camera so they can see it.
Cut into this camera?
Yeah. There you go. Okay, so there you go. So effectively, when that's away, effectively it's using that as a guide. So we've got the 3D printed pieces. I think was a dark green ocean, the PETG parts, these ones.
Yeah.
Our design type thing, and then yeah, effectively it just slides up like that. And obviously these are modular depending on
the size
of the aircraft and whatnot. But
well,
yeah,
we did design it to fit. It wasn't just like a coincidence. Could have been a slight coincidence, but yes, that was the plan. So it runs up here with the plane on it. The plane pushes it along, and then when it gets to the end, it just drops off the end. if you get the idea. So that doesn't stay with the plane, and it just drops in. Is the plan.
Yeah.
Uh,
So effectively, right?
Supper's done if the smoke alarm's going off. Nice. It's only 4:30, so it's a little bit early for dinner, but yes.
Got that one?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yep. I'll just see if there's any questions. Nice. Thanks for joining in, guys.
But yes, okay, so there you go. That's that part, and we've also made it so you can see that the propeller can spin up, but not hit the mount and those sorts of things. Otherwise, that is embarrassing.
Yeah. So width of the
Propellers.
The propellers, yeah.
This is the one. That one? Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. You can see it a bit better.
Nice.
That's the one. Okay, so there you go. So you got that string down, and so that
Is that going all the way to the actual release part? That one, that hook.
I'm not sure. It just goes down to here, and then the other one comes back to there. Right?
And
It splits. Like that. That one goes into you.
yeah,
Like that.
yeah.
If
So
you
is this going all the way? Is it a bit long?
I made it a little bit long just in case.
Okay, so you can play with it. Alright.
And then that part there will go to Richard. So there's two strings going out.
Okay, so we need to make a second one, right?
Yeah, I'll go make the second one.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Maybe you hold that one, and I'll.
I can just leave it down.
Hey?
I can just thumb off it.
Oh, I need the string.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
you
I
can
can tie this
tie
one.
him off. Oh, yeah. Then we'll work on the second one. It's the one. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So hopefully you guys
Nice.
can see that. Makes a bit more sense. Move them back a little bit, and I'll work on this.
Okay, so that one would need to be
A little bit longer, do you reckon?
a bit longer, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sweet.
Probably like another, not that much.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Another meter or something.
But yeah, that does look a lot stronger now.
Although I thought the kite material would be strong enough, so
Yeah. But not to be.
not to
Not to
be.
be. Yes. So that's what's happening. That's where we're at, right?
That's where we're at.
Alright. So
You
you
can
get,
grab a chair, right?
nice. Thanks very much for joining in, guys. So we're just making the
That's props up. Cool.
I think it's a bit laggy on this one.
A little bit laggy on that one? Oh. Seems a bit silly.
Okay, so if you're just joining us on live stream and it's a little laggy, it's okay. You can jump over to the other live stream that's happening as well. Welcome to join into that one. It's on the channel under live stream.
That one's kind of like right in the middle. But there you go. So at the moment we should be working.
Yeah.
Should be working. Yes. So we'll keep going with this.
There's always something going on with live streams.
It is. It's always exciting. There you go. If you got any questions at all, just send them through. Pops off has jumped over here. He says, "Hello everyone and fellow FPV rippers." Yeah, cheers. Thanks for tuning in, brother.
And we caught up with Propsoft's live stream. Was it last week?
I think it was last week.
It was quite good, wasn't it? It was about. I think you were doing stuff to do with small. Was it exactly 250s, right? Exactly.
I think it was just,
With the battery, right?
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
250. Yes.
Exactly 250. Nice. That's good. Okay. And that's all good. Yeah.
You can grab a chair if you want.
Plus
Oh,
that.
hey.
And you're going to cut a little bit more.
Well, how much more?
I don't know. Not that much. Yep.
There.
Yep.
Right. She'll be right. Cut it twice.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here. You sure?
Yep.
Yep. All right. You can't recut it.
Yeah, you can.
Cut it. Cut it.
Cut it. Join it.
Cut it. Join it. Then redo it. Maybe that's what was setting the smoke alarm off. Couldn't be. No way. But yeah.
You can't detect that from another.
Another section
room.
of the room. But yes, it's braided rope. It says it should be able to do it. So hopefully it can. So, yeah, there you go. That's what it says on the packet.
That's what it claims.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this is the release mechanism. It's this one here. That's what we're playing with right now. So, kind of important.
Kind of a big deal. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Do you have a particular way that you do it?
Props just said he's double subscribed. That's pretty cool. Cheers, brother. Can you double subscribe? Oh, I think everybody should. But if you double subscribe, you're unsubscribe. That's cool. No, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, thanks very much for everyone for joining in once.
Yeah.
once.
It's very cool.
It takes a lot of effort too.
Yeah, it's for sure. And for us, it's about come out to 4:30 on a Saturday. There you go, during the daytime. I'm not sure what the time is over there, but we appreciate the effort. What is the time over there? Some people just want to do the thumbs up before you. Props, nice.
Okay, that's time.
Okay, you happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any
Thanks,
particular type of knot you're doing there, Richard?
Nah. Oh, it's kind of like a it's kind of like a hybrid one.
A hybrid half inch?
It's kind of like a something.
Yeah. Special.
A Richard special.
A Richard special. Okay. I'll bring it back this way and then we can show you doing your side.
Okay.
I don't need to see this part.
Okay, lift it up.
Lift it up. Now, get back.
There you go.
Is the camera right?
Hey?
Is the camera in the right orientation?
Yeah. Sort of. You need to change.
That's right, just change it.
Might change it. That one, I think. That one might do it. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Adjusting all the camera angles in real time. Props says it's 10:30. Whoa, 10:30 now. I guess it's not too bad. It's not too bad. What do you reckon? Like that?
How far do you want to get back?
Hey?
How far do you want to get back?
For which one?
For this, for the
So that's the length of your one.
for the plane.
Plane? Put it like there. Tie it off.
Yeah, total.
Oh, is that okay?
What?
The cable?
What's wrong with it?
It'll be alright.
What's wrong with it? No, it should be fine.
So what, you're going to put like a hook into that one? Like that.
I just put a loop, yeah.
Loop there, and then what? And then tie that one to it.
Oh, I was just going to double knot it. Double loop. Just,
Oh, together?
yeah, that's what I was
Okay.
thinking. Well, that's how it clicks on, doesn't it? That one clicks onto it,
Oh, yeah.
if I remember rightly.
Okay.
Just take that other knot out. And then put a loop on that one.
Loop on this one.
Yeah. Just undo the one at the end.
He says, no, you don't want that.
No, what have I done?
Almost a foot with what we had before.
Now, over here.
I guess you technically could. Where would you want to tie it? I guess you could tie it up there like that. Any idea how you want to tie it?
Just make a hole for that one. Oh, can do. Doesn't matter even if you do it with one strand. It's 200 and something pages, so just do it off one.
Or maybe I'll double it and then I'll add the hook onto your one. That'll be cool.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'll do what you just said. So double braid it on that knot.
No, yeah. And then just go single loop, and that'll be fine. Nobody will know.
You won't tell anyone, eh?
Oh no, what have I done?
What have I done? Okay, and then that one will be into a single. So it's like that. There you go. Now you just hook it off there like that. There we go.
It's the one.
Yeah. Double that up again. Oh, 10 meters of fun. So this is the bungee cord.
Shock cord.
This is a shock cord. He says, Richard, what are those strings hanging off the edge of your shirt? My pants?
Maybe the
He
drawstring.
said my bad, they were my arms. Oh, fair enough. And it says, well, Prop says, well, at least we've started our indoor woot racing early this year. Okay. And so we have race 3 this Sunday. Well, there you go. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Race 3.
Yeah, yeah. Are you using trackside or something else?
Yeah, what, are you using trackside, or how you going to be streaming that, guys? Are you going to be streaming, or is it just more like a local race? And Marlon says, what's up, Rose? Well, thanks very much for joining in, dude. And yes, so what we're doing is, I'll just show you. So the shot cord, it's going to go straight under here, and then you just effectively just clip it on. Once you got your
Peg the other end of the ground.
Yeah, the other end goes into the ground over there, and you I think we were discussing this on live stream, weren't we? When we were actually doing it, was
4 times.
Was it 4 times?
Who said that? Was it Russell or Cliff?
I can't remember exactly what it was. They suggested to use a spring or scales and do it fish scales or something like that to test to see if it was the length. 4 times the length of the weight.
4 times the
4
weight.
times, sorry, 4 times the weight of the aircraft that you're using is the load that you use, right? So, yeah.
That was
So
the
that's
suggestion.
so there we go.
Suggestion, yeah.
So that's what we'll do when that live stream comes up.
Yep.
So that's pretty good. So that's that section done, and
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah. So the way it works would be, Richard would tension it up, and then you'd kick the pedal,
oh yeah, you can
and
do
then
that.
you'd kick the pedal down. That would release that. That's good.
Can't see
Flying.
it.
What?
Can't see
Oh.
it. If you listen to the place.
Oh, yeah. So,
You can't see, man.
I can't see. I'm off camera. I forgot. Okay, so this is what it would be like. Can you see now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So the way it works is, say.
I got it.
You got the end of it? Okay, so there's a safety pin which would take out, safety pin there, take out the safety pin, and then on this particular design we won't be spooling it up because otherwise it would cut the cable. But we'd test it prior to see it's all armed and it's going to work. Then we
Have it armed.
Have it armed and it's ready, the tone's good, and then we'd kick the pedal. I'll just hold it. Hang on.
No, that's right. You should be right because I got a little bit of tension.
Okay, so that would release it, and it would fire up the slope, up the slope, up the slope, and then come off the end, and that would drop down, and away we go. Then this would be going pulling, and this in the air would be pulling it up like that, and it would get to a point, and then that would drop off, and then now you kick the throttle, and
away she goes.
Away she goes. That's the
theory.
plan. That's the plan. I mean, it's very similar to what we used to do, with gliders and those sorts of things back in the day.
But it didn't have a launcher.
No, you didn't have the launcher. So that is the plan.
That's where we're at.
That's where we're at with. That's what's happening, y'all. Oh, hang on. Popstar says we don't have internet to stream. We have a pretty nice setup. I announced and try to keep the mood up. Nice. Oh, very cool, man. Nice. No, it'll be good.
I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah, it should be great.
I'll just
Okay,
tie this off
just
here.
tie that so we don't lose it.
And then I guess we'll get on to the next project.
Get on to the next part of this live stream. So that's good that we got that part done. It's always good when you actually achieve what you wanted to set out to do. So yes, Popstuff says that thing is so big we need to take up our collection and get a wide wide lens. Oh, very nice. Yes, it's quite getting quite big. Some of our projects are getting larger every day.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Especially on Tuesday, it's getting even bigger on Tuesday. So you don't want to miss that one. That is going to be quite big indeed. That's we go back on and we work back on the dropship. So that is hence the reason why we wanted to move the mount the 3D printer drone on this live stream. Can't wait for the launch. Yeah, it's going to be epic, man. Yeah, I mean, last time we got all the way out to the field, got everything set up, had the live stream going, and then this rope, which I didn't think would ever break, snapped. you know, like we've used kites with it, we've used lots of things, and it just did not work, did it?
No.
No. So there you go. So anyway, what we'll do is we'll get this one out of the way, and then we'll turn the jigsaw on. and start cutting that.
Yeah,
Is that the plan?
Okay, I'll just move this around. So just, it'll be like what, a couple of minutes?
Yeah, a couple of seconds or something.
Yeah.
We won't be going anywhere, we're just moving the stuff out of the way, but are you going to put it over there or? Oh, yeah.
Should be right.
Yeah. Fine. No worries.
Change the city. Alright, so we're going to set up, we're going to do it over here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That should be good.
okay.
That was quite good to actually get that all together.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
That doesn't have to go too far with that. We're only just going to set up here.
Okay.
Just turn the camera a little bit.
Turn the camera, yo.
Turn the camera, yo. So yes. What have we got here? One person says, show me what you created. Created the world's largest 3D printer. We've made Iron Man.
Rocket Iron Man.
Rocket Iron Man. So there's Rocket Iron Man from one of our live streams.
And he's flying.
He's flying. Rocket Iron Man. What did we put on him on that live stream? Was it a C motor class?
Yeah, C motor class. Yeah.
C motor class. He was made on the on that printer. On that particular one there. Iron Man pointed it. That's the one that we used for the. Yeah, that's the one we flew in the air. That's that one. It still works too, which is great. Great, because we need all the printers that can be working. That's the one. Hopefully that answers that question. Yeah, that's Iron Man. He's still got a bit of dirt on his face, if you can see, from that landing. His parachute did not deploy on that one, but it was exciting.
We don't have enough link
What about that one? The one that was at there?
for the ground to use.
What about into here? No. What about into there?
Yeah, you're not that long.
What about just one of those white ones into that? We don't need it to be that long. We're just
work out
organising
logistics.
in the background. Yeah, that's the one. But yeah.
That's not that long.
Eh?
That cable's not that long. I guess it's better than nothing.
Eh?
I guess it's better than nothing. We don't really have anything else, do we?
No, I mean that's what that's what it's all about. Yeah, and I'm not sure about that one, is it?
Which one?
That one.
Well, you can close it down if it's not. You know,
It's not working. Yes. But yes, if you guys have been out making stuff or flying, but you were saying it was kind of rain, snowing, so we're not the best weather for that. Yeah. But or unless you've waterproof your drones like we do. Like this one, for example, this guy's been waterproofed. He's what do we use? Conformal coating. Coat King is what we used on this guy. And we're not sponsored by Coat King, but it's quite a viscous material. Seems to do a good job. No complaints. It's just like with anything, you have to take your time, put on like a layer, let it dry, then do another layer. You want to build up that, build up that thickness. It's kind of like one of those ones where you just take your time and get it all done. You can't be too fast with it.
No, you can't. It takes quite a while, doesn't it? It's like what, like a week, sort of on and off, when you're sort of working with other things.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so that's that.
Yeah.
You got the material. Who's that?
You might need to reciprocate as well, but it's out later then.
Well, outside.
Oh, that one, all is this material wood to be cut. Yeah, if you go on the out there side, yeah, you did. Yeah, nice. So yes, hopefully you guys are having an epic week, and we've been spent most of the week in the workshop working on the episode coming up. Very busy to make that episode. We got up to what are we up to? We've rendered the video, and now we're going to go through the slow process of uploading it to YouTube. So that takes quite a while, a good couple of hours to do that. But yes, it's coming along. It's coming along, which is good. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. It'll be coming on Tuesday at 6 a.m. in New Zealand time. Yeah, it's cool. And this week we were, what came out this week? It was the Jetpack Man. We did a bit more on him. And the week before was the coaxial drone. He was 3D printed plane. I wonder if we can him around. I'll go and get him and show you what he looks like.
You reckon if you grab that in?
Yeah.
It's only that. Yeah, so we're just setting up at the moment. We're just setting up for the next section, right? It shouldn't be too long. I just got to grab some materials. Got it there? So we got the plywood, but it's like 3 mils.
Yeah, they should be jumping.
Okay. Cool. All right. Give you a hand.
Brush. Good enough.
Grab some shoes.
Yeah, what you
All right. So I found it.
I'll just get a brush.
Can you grab that that template as well?
The what, man?
The template. Alright, here's a got template. That's fine. Good.
The earmuffs, that's everything.
Okay, that's pretty good. I gotta check the saw, if the saw's working. Yep, seems to be good. That's good. Can you grab that drill too?
Yeah, sure.
Nice. Okay, we're pretty much more or less set up here, and yeah. So what the idea is at the moment. What the idea is? Hang on a second. Okay, so what the idea is we're gonna so with the world's largest 3D printed heavy lift drone, it's taking up quite a lot of room in the shop. So we're gonna mount it on the ceiling
Above us.
above us. But to do that, we're going to have to make effectively like a cradle. Would you say cradle?
Yeah, great.
Effectively a cradle. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do to sort of undersling it. So that way, because you can't really attach it on the arms and stuff. So that's what we're going to do, right? That's in a nutshell what we're going to do. So we've got a template that we cut out for when we were. Oh, parts falling up. We got a template that we cut out for when we were making the mount to attach the Crowley high on top of when we were flying it, because it's rated to take the weight, right? Or get there?
Yeah, you're just checking it.
Okay, cool. So we might as well sort of dive into it. Is there anything else that you need to add or anything we need to add?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
No, so I guess we might as well dive into it. It's not going to make itself, and we've been sort of putting it off quite a bit. So we thought rather than just doing it by ourselves, we thought. Okay, so what, we're going to cut to the cameras over there?
Yeah, just to the cameras, I guess.
Yeah, okay. So I'll put that on there. I'll move this one over here. Hang on a second. That one can go there, that one can go there. Cut to the action. Yeah. Yeah. Turn. There you go. And then that one can turn. That's right.
How's that, alright?
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, here's a jacket if you need one.
Yeah, sure. There you go. Okay.
There you go, is it working?
Yeah,
Still going? Yeah, there you go. So we're
okay, so I'm going to cut to the cable. Over there. Okay,
Up a little bit.
Harry's head's gone.
my God. I'm okay.
Sort of gone.
Sort of going.
Caleb says cheers. Yeah, cheers.
Thanks for joining.
Okay, so yeah, you can see it's back up there.
Back up.
Up there, yeah. So, yeah.
How far can I go? Yeah?
Well, you can stand up there if you want to.
I am standing up.
Okay, so there you go. So that's what we've got to work with. And I think we'll just, you got a pencil?
I had one before. Behind you. It's on the desk.
Okay,
It's the one.
let's dive into the next project, I guess.
Yeah. So let's.
So yeah, so like we were saying, this is the template, and
This is what we. What was the template for that one? Oh, that's the one.
that's the one that
Mount.
that's the aluminium mount
template. So we're gonna make
template
it slightly
for
bigger.
the Crowley High to go on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need it slightly bigger, and I was thinking maybe what 4 holes. Yeah. A pretty straightforward shape. But it could even be square. It's fine.
Could even be just like that. And just leave it full length. Cut one down there.
Yeah.
One down there. Square. Done.
And then cut some holes with the
Drill
jigsaw.
some holes.
Drill some holes, and that
Put on
should be
the
good. What do you guys reckon?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Let's get into it.
Okay. So you're gonna what?
Climb it up. We've got a ruler. I guess we might use this.
Start that, and I'll get into it.
All right. Yes. Oh yes, making stuff's always fun. So sharing with other people is always good too. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. That's what it's all about. All good. Okay, we'll just do straight cuts through and then wait.
Could do it with a.
So what, circus one?
Or was it too messy? It might be too messy.
Kind of kicked out quite
Kind
a bit.
of messy.
Kind of needs to do that outside.
It's an outside tool.
Yeah.
Get up.
Yep.
When they say measure it,
Measure it 3 times, measure it once, and then measure it again. About there. Near enough's good enough.
yeah. Do we need to do that? Not really.
No, it doesn't feel that amazing.
MDF will be strong enough.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay, so that's that part taken care of. Okay. I'll give you eye protection, but you don't need anything.
No, I don't think they need anything.
Probably need to check this on. Alright. Awesome. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Got another one?
Yeah, I got another. I've got 2 extra.
You need 2? Sure.
There you go. Anything in particular? That's all.
I'll just copy it down just to make sure.
Can't really do one.
Can you move the sawhorse there? Move it forward or backwards? Try and get one clamp on, maybe on the There it is, then. Just makes a little bit. There you go.
Nice. Okay.
You can put that down there. Underneath. Under the table. Do we do it?
Alright.
So yeah, we're just gonna start this easy. Yeah,
Okay, so what, two lines and then
2 lines and then yeah,
okay.
and then maybe we'll put some holes. Doesn't have to be. We can use the same shot cord to tie it down on.
Yeah.
We just drill some holes.
So you're going along with cable because most of those have been used over there, but
We can move it closer if you want.
filled with confidence when it falls off. Gee.
Didn't even turn it out the tool.
Didn't even turn it up, bro.
No. But yes. Yes, that's very good. Very cool. Yes, nice, cool. Okay, so we're going to cut this up.
I think the middle one's working.
Says it is. Yep, says so.
Instead of one other time like that. Alright. Straight down there.
Yeah. Otherwise, the cut on the edge one. Crikey, okay. Okay.
I'm new to the RC world and I'm building my own using broken RC parts. Wow, very nice. Effectively, that's how everybody starts, really. Isn't that right, Harry?
What was the question, sir? Had an earmuffs though. What?
He said he's new to the RC world, Caleb, and that he's making his aircrafts with broken RC planes.
Oh yeah, cool. Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Very
Recycling is good. I guess. Well, I guess
I guess
sometimes
we don't-
even the newest aircraft start and then they
Break, they don't last.
they don't always last that long. Even the first flight, you could potentially have half an aircraft.
That's
Right.
right. So we're always repairing our stuff, like the tiger moth above you.
Up the top there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was somebody else's recycling, wasn't it?
Yeah, somebody else's crash plane. We fixed it, and she goes again. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Keep them going.
So it sounds like you're going about it the right way.
One cut down. I hope it wasn't too loud. Sorry, camera. I think I'm in your way.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Just need to.
What about that might just go out there.
That's fine. I'll just get a little block.
Okay. Okay, so if you're just joining us on the live stream right now, what we're doing is we've already done some modification to the RC Catapult launcher, so you can go back and check out the feed. It will still be there. It will be in the replay, and so that's all been enhanced. We've put new shot cord in, so that's good. And now what we're doing is we are making a place to mount the world's largest 3D printed heavy lift drone in the workshop, because it's taking up too much room because it's so big. In essence, right?
That's pretty much it. Yes.
Yeah.
Just making a little mount.
Don't think that's going to work, Harry.
Not like that.
No, you might have to just roll the whole thing to the side of it. What do you think it will play out when you do that? That might be pretty questionable, dude.
Oh, okay.
You can just pause it.
Work on it.
Okay. Sound muffled again. Okay. Computer, so that way you can have the high and the low, or side by side.
What do you mean? Oh, later on. Nice. Oh, we've got a question here. What does it say? Caleb says yes. To mean to watch keeps me inspired. Oh, cheers, man. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
He also says yes. He's built.
Thanks a lot.
He also says, yes, he's built F-35. Oh, Lightning. Yep, nice. Just need the running gear, LOL, and haven't flown jets, just little helicopters. Well, helicopters are cool, and we've flown a few helicopters. Jets are also cool. We fly our Hornet sometimes, but I think he's getting to the end of his life, isn't he? He's just sitting on that.
Yeah.
I think we might have to start making a new one. But yes.
But in terms of parts, he's all good. So
In
you're talking about
terms
recycling?
In terms of parts, yeah, he'll go into the next one. But he's an interesting one to fly. Always hard to take off on. He's got tiny little dinky wheels on taking off on the grass.
How big's your
aerodrome?
F-35? Is it like, say, sort of in the sort of meter mark or bigger?
Yes.
So depending on the wheels was the biggest part.
The wheels for us was the biggest hurdle. And also we've got 3 live streams happening at the moment. We've got the horizontal live stream with different cameras, and we've got the vertical live stream and another extra one. There you go. So you can take your pick. There you go.
Yeah. Maybe we'll sand some of those bits.
Sand it? Yeah, why not? Yeah, keep it looking good. That's what it's all about.
Okay.
All good? Yeah, just see here so I can monitor these cameras angles. There you go. There's a sand as well.
Yeah.
It's probably don't need that much.
No, it's just like 2 little bits.
It's bigger than your Hornet, he says. Oh, nice. Very cool, man. Nice. Bigger the better.
And do you have
And also more stable in flight, too. It's true. And the bigger the flight is, the more, the better it is to fly.
more stable? Yeah.
Happy LC says the audio is playing up there. Maybe we're a bit too far away. So hopefully you can hear us now. But anyway, what you can hear is Richard sanding. Is Richard using the correct tool for that job?
Yeah.
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 Is he?
Yeah.
He might be.
Yeah.
What else do we need to do? We need to drill. Well, pretty much just 4 holes, and then we'll connect that same shot cord, not shot cord, braided rope.
Do you want to hit it with the sander?
That's fine. Looks fine to me for what you did.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that job will be done. It's actually getting quite warm.
We should have really used a circular saw, but it's not really ideal to use it in the workshop. It's really kind of more like an outdoor tool.
Well, for us, especially with all the electronics and stuff. So the jigsaw will have to be the one that we use on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mike has joined the live stream. He says, what does he say? He says, hey, yeah, very muffled on the screen, but crystal clear on the other stream. Yeah. Hopefully, what about now? Hang on. What do you think that is? Yeah. What about now? Can you hear it better now?
Might be a bit of something I'm saying.
Hop on the other stream.
Interesting.
Interesting, I'm not sure. I don't know. Why is doing that? Audio check. Audio.
Audio 1 2
1 2 1 2. I'm not sure. It should be all good. It says it's okay. What have we got here? Caleb, he says, you reckon a DJI Phantom 3 drone motors will be good to use as an 80mm EDF jet? Interesting question. What KV are they? I'm not sure what they are. The interesting part, I guess the correct, but if it can be fitted to the shaft of EDF jet, for the EDF turbine, then you're okay.
Try it.
Try it, I guess, if the shaft is the same dimensions and can be coupled to it. then that would be okay.
Yeah, just let us know how you get on. Give us
It seems to be a bit laggy on this live stream. So we got audio that's not so good on one live stream, and then laggy on the other live stream. Interesting. It's kind of New Zealand internet. Sorry about that. We do apologise.
maybe pause that one. Let's give that
Yeah. Maybe we'll try something. Hang on.
Let's get it done. Okay.
Hang on, maybe that worked. That might fix the problem. Let's see if that did it. Let's have a look. That did the job.
Okay, so
Hopefully that fixed the problem.
there's always something going on, isn't there?
Yes, always.
Okay. Yeah, that should be right. Okay, so that's where we are for the template. Oh. For the template. Cool.
All good?
Come through out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that was fun.
I guess you're just testing it actually. Okay. All right. Is the audio all? Has it all cleared up now? Just give us a little thumbs up or a heart or something. Just so we can have a look to see if it's all going through.
Maybe that fixed the problem.
Maybe that fixed the problem.
See what that did. Is the audio better? Hopefully.
It's kind of the name, right? Live stream.
Okay. Caleb says audio's better. That's good. What filament do you recommend for 3D prints? Okay, so that depends entirely on the print that you're doing. It depends on the like the build that you want it for. If you were going to be doing, say, a plane, then you should probably be using glitchy. But anyway, but there you go. So maybe I have two apps open. Not sure what's going on. But he is in New Zealand. Oh, nice, sweet. Yeah, good place. Know it well. So yeah, to answer your question, if you're doing like an RC plane, that sort of thing, you should probably be using PLA lightweight. For that, for us, we don't do that. We go against the rule a bit. Some of our builds are that way, but that's how we started off doing those ones.
And most of them are what sort of somewhere between, you're sort of printing between 3% infill to somewhere between 8% infill.
Yeah, don't go higher than that. The answer to that question. So we've been using mainly Hyper PLA and RPLA.
But we're getting around that because we just add a lot more power in the motor.
Yeah, we just compensate. So we just add bigger motors, bigger
propellers,
bigger engines,
bigger everything.
Yeah. So yeah, if that answers that question, I think it was a good answer. Yeah, we just add more power as that guy from Christmas movie. What was his name?
You mean Tim Allen?
Tim Allen. That was the guy. Tim Allen from Home Improvement, and he also did Santa Claus. He would always say it's more power.
More power.
Mike says the audio is very muffled, like it's underwater.
Maybe turn the thing off and then turn it back on here. It might clear it. Can you do a reset on that one?
Yeah.
Just go right click.
What about
Hang on.
now? Yeah. On this one.
You know. Yeah. On,
I'll change it back to this one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just try and fix this one.
That or
Oh.
no, it still wouldn't change the audio, would it?
The audio still comes from that guy there.
Yeah, so go for that one. Go that one.
Yeah.
And then go right click on it.
I have to go.
Properties, yeah,
I
that's
have
it.
to go this.
No, this properties. Properties.
Oh, you done the one, yeah.
Turn off, deactivate, reactivate. Yep.
Okay, maybe that did it. Reset. Maybe a hard reset.
Hopefully a hard reset fixed it.
Otherwise we just click end. It's good now. Okay, so there you go, eh? Technology. I don't know. Yeah. So hopefully that sorted that issue out. Not sure what was going on, what it was thinking.
What were you thinking?
What were you thinking there, computer? Caleb says, cool. I'll get some. Yeah, nice. Good work, man. Yeah. So for planes and those sorts of things, I'd suggest PLA lightweight for most of your build structure,
And
and
then-
that's the way that if you're going to buy one, that's pretty much 99% of the manufacturers out there, they sell that. That's when you get, so you download the STL file, those sorts of things. They'll tell you in their PDF file of what they require.
But as a pro tip, we've never actually tried this, would be to try and get the one that says PLA lightweight ASA, if you can. But you know,
or high temperature.
High temperature.
Yeah.
They might be a little bit more expensive. We've never tried it, but it just means so that way, because heat is a big factor
Yeah.
when you're playing with aircraft.
So yeah,
It's fine when they're in the air because it's got a lot of air and wind going over it.
but when it's sitting on the ground, your plane can melt in front of you. That is depressing, I can tell you.
And you also need PETG for the structural things like around the motors and that kind of thing.
There you go. So there's 2 different filaments you need, or 3 technically. I've got some hearts coming up. Oh, cheers. And what does Mike say on this one? He says, I can't quote it. What does he say? He says, Dan worked for 5 or 6 seconds and went back to sounding muffled. I'll stick with the other one. No, well, hopefully you can see us on one stream and hear us on the other stream. Not sure what is going up with the internet connection at the moment, but it says it should be good at our end.
I can try it like that.
Okay, yep. Anyway, so what was the next question? The next question from Caleb says, what's a good beginner transmitter and receiver? Okay, so what would we say today? We always have, we're not sponsored by Team Black Sheep or Fry Sky, but that's the remotes that we have. We have Fry Sky is all our remotes, isn't it? Unless we're going to... the jumper.
The jump.
But yeah, the Radio Master or otherwise Fry Sky is what we do. We always do we have any remotes here in this configuration? Maybe we should just try and find one in another part of the shop. But yeah, that's what he does. That's what we would say Fry Sky. And for receivers, I would say what we do is we get for a beginner. Would you get? You wouldn't get Crossfire and those sort of things if you're a beginner, would you? But it's reliable though. Well, this is a typical remote. This is Tyrannus X9D. This is pretty standard remote. A little old for this this world, but hey, it's fine. Does the job. Is what you can get your hands on. And this guy, he's got Crossfire on the back of it. This module. But yeah, just you want one with a reliable link. So we usually use Tracer Crossfire or Crossfire, but usually all our modules have Tracer on the back of it. Is what we would do.
Yeah,
the remotes these days, they do come with the modules inbuilt. I was just trying to think of Team Black Sheep. They put out one. What was it called? The Tango?
Tango.
Alright. Yes, and that might be maybe what you're looking for. I've heard good things. So yeah.
Yeah, because with all the main thing about all those transmitters is to start with something and then upgrade it before you put any models in. Ideally.
Ideally, yeah.
So there's some things online that can help you out with that. So make sure you get the best date.
Yeah.
When you buy the more expensive things and whatnot, you can add the modules in.
Yeah.
And it'll all be up to date, and you won't have to do anything.
So I guess our answer would be overall, I'd still say Team Black Sheep's Tracer or Crossfire, one of those two. If it's got a built-in, yeah, go for it. That's also cool. The upgrades you can do with them, we use OpenTX, but other people use the EdgeTX, whatever. It's all good, but you can do things like, I say, turn this remote on.
OpenTX.
You can have it talk to you, and
Switch warning.
hang on, to tell you things like that you haven't.